Good morning, guys, and welcome to Saturday's FRT Gold live video. Hope you're all doing well. Looking forward to what is, a fantastic day in terms of sports. Today being Saturday, an absolutely outstanding day. We've got a lot of race meetings going on. I mean, we're racing today from Musselburgh, from Navan, from Sandown, York, Hexham, from Chester, Lingfield and Leicester as well, and I think I might have even missed one out there. Bath as well. So 9 meetings in total taking place today. Going to be an outstanding day there. In terms of quality for today's racing, not the best Saturday we've ever seen. There's nothing on last week, which was the Derby, of course, but this is often the way. You've had the Derby last weekend, and you've got Royal Ascot starting on Tuesday, so it's not going to be the best Saturday in terms of action. And unfortunately, we don't see any sort of real stars, I would say, today. But going to be a really competitive day, no doubt about that. And I would say maybe just watch your stakes a little bit today. Might be a little bit of a tough one to pick winners from. I am feeling in good spirits as always, though. But could be a bit of a tough day. Looks to be a really, really competitive Saturday. Not only that, of course, away from racing, we've got England playing the rugby at the moment. We've got the US Open. We've got some Test cricket, and of course the World Cup with England kicking off at 11 p.m. this evening. So if there's a day to just be sitting and watching sport, I think today might be the one. But we'll focus on the racing today. Hope it's going to be a really good day for us. Thursday we had an absolute cracker with over 30 points in terms of profits, sending the week into big profit. But yesterday was a bit of a poor one, to be honest. Nothing really to shout about. Just didn't happen. I mean, the profits certainly outweigh the losses this week, and that was just one of those days. We haven't had really one of those days this week. We haven't had a really poor one, and they've been sort of few and far between over the last couple of weeks, really, after we've hit some form. So hopefully that's just a minor blip, and we can return to some form today. As I say, should be a good day. 9 meetings taking place, really competitive, really busy day of action. What Saturdays are all about. A reminder that this is a live Q&A session if you did want to join in. It's probably not going to be the busiest video for a Saturday, to be honest, because there's not many of the big races I really want to look at in depth. Really, I can't see much from a betting perspective away from the 4 that I've tipped up today, really. So it'll be a bit of a quieter one, but if you do have any questions, please do feel free to get them in. If you want to, if you do want me to look at a specific race, I have of course looked at all of them today, and if there's anything that maybe a horse you like and you'd like my opinion on that or something like that, that's absolutely fine. But other than that, we'll just go through today's tips, and the floor is yours if you do have any questions that you'd like to ask. Alternatively, if you're not watching this video live, maybe it's a bit early on a Saturday morning for you, you can always email joe@freeracingtips.co.uk and get in touch via Twitter at freeracingtips7, and it's facebook.com/groups/FRT Gold if you wanted to do that. So there are all the ways you can get in touch. Please do feel free to do so. But we'll start this video now by looking at the premium tip today. That goes in the 4:05 at Sandown, and our tip here is Airtex. That's AERTEX. So I might be saying that wrong. This horse currently at 15-8, and that's from 2-1 this morning. So a bit of money coming for Richard Hannon's horse, who looks to be on the way up right now. I think she looks to be a really progressive horse, and has had a couple of impressive wins over this distance of 7 furlongs so far this year. No doubt this is a tough task, but I think that she could even be fairly well handicapped, this horse, and might be one to just go onto that next level. I think this could be the ideal race for her. Probably will want the weather to remain dry. I think it's good, and then sort of good to firm in places at Sandown at the moment, with even the odd good to soft spot. I think it's fairly uneven ground there at the moment, but hopefully, I think the forecast is now fairly dry for Sandown, so hopefully we'll be looking at good to firm in places would be great, and if it did even side on good to firm good in places by the end of the day, I don't think that would be a problem at all. That seems to be the ideal ground for this horse, but I'm not concerned by good ground at all. Richard Hughes is the man on board, and I think he's actually in great form at the moment. He did actually give a questionable ride to one of our premium tips earlier in the week, but I think that was just again a blip for a classy jockey that that is the man that you probably want on your horse. I mean, if you were to choose, you'd probably pick between him and Ryan Moore, to be honest. And I think Richard Hughes is in fantastic form, and can give this premium tip a good ride in a competitive race. But I really do like the look of that in the 4:05 at Sandown. Airtex 15-8 from 2-1. Right, the next best bet for today, that goes in the 7:35 at Lingfield, and our tip here is Kawata, that's Khuwater. This horse currently another 15-8 shot right now. This horse has had 2 wins so far actually, and was 8th, and then a 2nd place finish last time out was really positive, and that run came here at Lingfield as well. May just enjoy this trip of 5 furlongs, a little bit better than 6 furlongs at this early stage of her career. Maybe doesn't quite get that 6 furlongs right now, and might be more about the speed over 5. I think that could be a smart move from Connections. Looks to be the one to beat with that much needed experience, as we know that can be vital, especially I think in a race over, sort of 5 furlongs where, going into the stalls and then out of the stalls is one of the most important bits of the race in this 5 furlongs. It's a sprint. It's a bit like a 100-metre sprint in many ways like that. And if you fluff the start, you can all but kiss goodbye to your chances of winning a race over the 5. And just that experience, and hopefully the horse will go in nicely and get a nice start and into a nice rhythm, and perhaps not be too keen. That's all the things that you'd like in a 5 furlong race. And to be fair, I think you probably want this horse to go out from the front and try and make this a little bit of a stamina test. With that experience she does have over 6 furlongs, that would be what I'd expect and what I'd hope from this run. Does seem to be the one to beat, and does look to be decent value, I think, in the 7.35 at Lingfield. Our next best bet of the day, Kawata at 15-8. So they're the premium tip and next best bet for today. As always, I've got the 2 other horses I like the look of, and you can make these into a lucky 15 if you would like to do that, but if you didn't, then just 1 point single win only bets for them, and that could maybe see you in some profit as well. And what I would say, if you are doing a lucky 15, then do go by just 2 points to the maximum of £15. I wouldn't ever really suggest going over a £15 lucky 15. So if you work at £10 a point, then maybe just do stick by the 15 or so. But yeah, I wouldn't usually say to go more than that. But the 2 points is for those with the slightly smaller points system. But yeah, the lucky 15, the 2 horses today, a couple of sort of longer shots really to give us some really good odds. It's Guest of Honour in the 3.15 at York at 4-1, and then Last Chance Lucas, in the 3.40 at Chester, and that's currently a 13-2 shot right now. And potential returns from £1 stakes. If you do a lucky 15 here, you're looking at around about £750 or so from £1 stakes from a £15 bet. So one of the biggest price luckiest 15s we've put up in a while. They've been sort of around the sort of 300, 350 mark recently, but I always have fun about this really. The prices don't make too much of a difference to me. If the prices are too short, then of course we're in trouble. But if these horses tick the boxes that maybe a 2-1 shot would as well, then I'm going to price them up. These are the 4 horses I like the look of today in what is a really competitive day. And I think when the action's really competitive, you are going to get some better odds. And I do think that Last Chance Lucas, that 13-2 shot, does have a decent chance. But of course, the premium tip and next best bets are the main bets of the day, and hopefully they can come in. Anything other than that is somewhat of a bonus. And if we do hit 3 winners, there's going to be plenty of profit here with the odds of those other 2 there. So that's going to be fantastic. But if we can hit all 4, then we'll be celebrating long into the night. But yeah, they're all of today's tips. Hope you can get on any of them if you wanted to. Not much more really to go through today. The big races, as I've said, there's not much in the way that I like. I think we've got the big charity sprint trophy, haven't we? But from a betting point of view, I really can't see anything I'm too keen on there. But maybe if you have got anything that you would like for the day or anything like that, if there's a certain race that you can't quite work out but you feel like you want a little bit of a bet on it, then do get in touch and I will do my very best to help you there. As I said, a decent day of World Cup action, no doubt about that. And I would be I'm actually quite confident that England can do the business. I know this is mainly a racing site and racing video, but when England are playing in the World Cup, it's tough to ignore. But I think England at 2-1 look to be a good value bet to me. I think under 2.5 goals is another good bet, and then in the anytime goal scorer market is where I like another bet. And I think Steven Gerrard can really lead from the front here. I think he'll be the man that is possibly on penalties today. I don't think. I think he'll probably be the man on penalties with, no Frank Lampard. I think it will probably be Gerrard. He'll also take some free kicks. And although he doesn't burst into the box like he used to, there's no doubt that Steven Gerrard is still a presence from in and around the box. And, he scored sort of 17 goals for Liverpool or something this season. So at 6-1, that 6-1 is available with Bet Victor on an anytime goal for Steven Gerrard. I'd certainly have a little bit of a bet on that, I think. But, that's just a little bit of a fun bet, really. It's all about the racing today, and hopefully we can have a really good day's racing. Of course, not that excitement that we had last week for the Derby and looking at Australia and, what the weather's going to do. I think last week looking at BBC weather was just as important as looking at the Racing Post, to be honest. That was quite funny, but I think the weather's probably pretty set today. We'll be looking at sort of good ground up and down the country, other than Musselburgh in Scotland. I think they're still looking at some soft ground, as they had quite a wet day and a bit of a wet night as well. But yeah, that's just about it for today's video. Actually, as I say, any questions throughout the day, do feel free to get in touch. I'll do my very best to be around. I'm going to be sitting and watching sport today, or that's the plan anyway. So hopefully I can hopefully I'll be able to get back to you as soon as possible. So yeah, if you've got any questions, do not hesitate to get in touch. It's one of the advantages of FRT Gold. I'm here on hand to help you guys bash the bookies. That's what we all want to do. So yeah, thank you for watching today, and I'll speak to you all. There won't be a video tomorrow as it's a Sunday. We give them a little bit of a rest there, but of course there will be the email and the tips tomorrow. I haven't had a look at the card yet, so we'll see whether we do offer a lucky 15. I know usually Sundays are a bit quieter, and it's often, just a premium tip and next best bet, but we'll see. Thank you so much for watching today. Really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll speak to you all a little bit later on. Have a fantastic Saturday. Sit back and watch some top quality sport. Thank you, and bye-bye.